Hi everybody, Amara again. It's January 24th and this is my post of the day. I wanted to chat a little bit today about refining your goals to make them achievable. Over the last couple of months, I've had a few people approach me about their goals, either changing their careers or making more time for themselves, or even, posting videos on their blog a little more regularly. And I wanted to actually put together a post that helps people address that. I feel that when you create a goal for yourself, a lot of people make it out of reach by not making them attainable. And the way that they do that is by sabotaging their efforts from the very beginning. So hopefully with this video I can help pinpoint some pain points and you guys can address it and hopefully achieve your goals faster. The first thing that I want you to understand is that the only thing in your way of you achieving your goals is yourself. For instance, I want to maintain my grades in graduate school, and even though they don't really matter in the long run, no one really, no one judges me based on my GPA. For me, that's more personal satisfaction. But if I, instead of studying, I go out on a Saturday night, or I'm up reading websites or playing on Twitter or whatever, my grades will drop because I'm not doing the work that's required for me to maintain my GPA. So the minute that I recognize that I'm in the way of my own success, that's a powerful revelation to have. So when you recognize that no one is really keeping you from achieving your goals, that it's all up here, that's when you can start reconciling all of the issues and start putting together an actionable plan of attack so that you can be successful, whatever your goal is. My other point that I wanted to make was that the higher the expectation, the greater the disappointment. So if you put your goal incredibly far out of reach, it takes a lot of effort to get there, then the chances of you actually failing because of a mental block is much greater. So if you kind of break it into baby steps, or if you make it a little bit closer to reach than incredibly far away, then you might actually achieve it. For instance, if I wanted to change my career and instead of being a designer, I wanted to be a computer programmer, I can't do that overnight, obviously. That would be very, very unreasonable for me to think I can do that. However, I can give myself a goal date, so maybe in a year I want to be a computer programmer. Will that really be feasible? I don't think so. And that goes into a philosophy of careers and aptitude. But what you have to do is hold yourself accountable with milestones. So instead of saying, I want to be a computer programmer in 3 months or in 6 months, give yourself ample time to actually achieve it. And then give yourself milestones along the way so that you can keep yourself accountable. So, going back to that same analogy, I want to become a computer programmer in 5 years. I want to learn Ruby by December. That gives me 11 months to learn the program. That seems pretty reasonable, especially if I have all these other obligations in the way. Maybe I don't have the resources to go back to school to do that. That way I can learn on my own and take advantage of the community. So if you break your goals into milestones and you actually hold yourself accountable to it, the chances of success increases. Additionally, if you do slip on your goals, it's really important to forgive yourself and then to get back on track. So maybe I don't hit my goals by December, and instead of getting really discouraged and really disappointed, what I can do is vow to get back on the plan, see where I went wrong, and remedy those issues. Maybe instead of taking on additional clients or additional other classes that are unrelated to my goal, I scale back on some of my other obligations so that I can focus on the goal. So, in summary, refine your goals to make them achievable. Don't place them too far out of reach. Don't expect too much from yourself. It's really good to have goals, but just make sure that these are actually goals that you can attain in a reasonable amount of time. Make sure you hold yourself accountable. So if that means you blog about it, or you tell other people so that they ask you about it, or if you write it down in a notebook so that you actualize it later, that might be a good idea. But first and foremost, make sure you forgive yourself if you don't achieve those goals by the time that you'd set. Just get back on the horse and keep riding, because it's really important that that when you set your mind to something, you actually see it all the way through.